Hi, so welcome to this AI based series where we will do daily tasks with AI. So, in this video, as you can see, I have my storage open and there are a lot of things, lot of spaces, and the space empty is very less. And I really don't know what is taking so much of data because I did go through a lot of files, but it didn't make sense which one to remove. But I'm still very I'm very curious that why this data has already filled this much. So in order to mitigate this, I'll be deleting a few things, but I really don't have much idea. Neither do I have the time to skim through everything. So I'll try to finish this very quickly with the help of AI. So how would I do this? I will use an agent called Codex, which is there by OpenAI. So I'll just write Codex. Let's see what comes up, and I can make this big by pressing Option M. That's my shortcut. So it says, "Do you trust the content of this directory? Working with untrusted contents, you can continue, but make sure you write good prompts." Now, what I basically do is I also open another site because a terminal is a very useful tool when you want to work with multiple things. And what I'll make sure is I have a skill. Like skills are again a new thing, but uh, they are very interesting when it comes so skills actually give your AI the prompts or the skill sets on what they can work on. So I'll just install a new skill called, I'll just open this on the new tab, take this to the second desktop, come here again, I'll just write skills.sh, and here I can look for, I don't know, maybe cleanup skills, and it says git cleanup, but I need something called, I don't know, something related to Mac cleanup. Might take some time depending on the popularity of skills, but I am sure something might come up. So as you can see, there are a few things which have already popped up. Since this has the most installed, we can go inside, read about it a bit. I've already read, but it does mention that ask user the technical knowledge who understand file system but need guidance on what's safe to delete on Mac OS. So it will give me some precision deletion ideas, and it will, if you are a coder, it will automatically help you not to delete stuffs which are very useful to your system. The skill is very good, you can have a read. There are a lot of features in this as well, and it gives you a lot of run analysis and all as well. Basically you just have to feed the skill to your codex and it will do the most of the part. So in order to install this, I'll just write npm skills add npx skills add, and I'll just paste it. Oh, sorry. I think I wrote that add thing twice. So you just need to install it once. Means, of course, not write twice, command twice. And just wait for it. Okay, it has already popped up. Now you can give it the informations of what agents would you like it to give access for. And as you can see, I've given Cloud Code and all these are already there. And Codex is already included since we'll be using Codex. I'll go ahead and press enter project. You can add as a symlink, but I like to copy for each agent, and then you can proceed with the installation. After they have installed this, I think you can just ask Codex, can you load the, oh my gosh, I just forgot the skill's name. Mac OS Cleaner, Mac OS Cleaner skill. So it will take some time to work based on whatever model you have selected. So it did use another skill called using superpowers. Superpower is another interesting skills which automatically tells the agent which skills are actually useful. Now it says it. I actually like to read what the AI is thinking and generalizing on, and it's now asking me for a disk scan. So let's start the disk scan. Now this is the context, how much context is left, and things like that. If you'd like to know your usage, you can go to the Codex app, and you can also use, I think, usage, or I don't know. There must be something which tells you how much. What is it called? Okay, it's running a teamwork session, and it will ask you for some things. Do you want to allow running teamworks outside the sandbox or I can perform? Yeah, so you can basically allow the non-destructible actions and review, new, resume. I'm just looking for something which gives me the exact okay. So you can also switch to active server agent thread, multiple agents. I'll need to explore that, and I'll also make a video on this later. But currently I'm looking for something which tells me my usage and how much uses do I have left. I don't know if we can look at it, look at the uses right here, but there must be some way. I'll just Google. How do I know the usage of codex via CLI? You can also use an agent to ask. Okay, status does tell me. Let's just go and try status. So I'll also, open a new terminal to do this. So I'll just press Command T to open a new terminal. And maybe then I'll write codex here. And then maybe I can write status and see how much usage is left. So it's showing that 93% of it is left. And when you come back, you can see it ran a sleep command for 45 seconds. So it might take that 45, I don't know, 45, is it 45-second exactly, or if it is, what does the sleep command do? So in order to know what the sleep command do, what you can do is TLDR sleep. Okay, so it's for 45 seconds. So we'll just wait for 45 seconds. It has already started to kind of analyze. Mole is still walking home, which is normal on a large user profile. While Latrans, I'm collecting a few lightweight size summaries so you get useful numbers in immediately instead of waiting on a single scanner. Wow. So the LLM thinks, as you can see. You need to be very careful as well, because I've heard instances where LLM has actually wiped out the entire disk. So all those things should be taken care of. Now, as you can see, it took around another 60 seconds. And meanwhile, what I basically do is I just go out, read some articles, and let it happen in the background. As you can see, the direct due pass is partly blocked by macOS privacy protections inside library, which is expected without full disk access. It can still return partial totals, and mole remains the better source for overall. Now, it likes to access some data from my other app. Please go ahead. So it has already scanned the mole scan. This is an interesting thing because I think I installed something called the mole a while back. Clean up. Okay, I did install this. Now you can again install this for your use case as well. It's an all-in-one toolkit which combines Clean My Mac, App Cleaner, Daisy Disk, and iStart menus in a single binary. Okay, deep cleaning, smart uninstaller, remove hidden launch agents. Okay, hidden remnants as well. Okay, so you can just go through the documentation as required. And now, as you can see, do we have something yet? No, because it's basically working in a background terminal. And right now, there are no AI things which is happening. Meanwhile, let me tell you about a few more things about skills. So, skills is a directory given by Vercel itself, and they will give you reusable capabilities. Great people write the skills out there. Uh, they really research before writing them too, and you can use them for any of your use case. Let's see if there's something for recording video, maybe. I don't know if it can do it in an automatic way, but what it might do if I write this: talking head production, video editing. So yeah, so I'm just reading the skill. You can also read it out. Well, this is all the way I use AI. And working, coming back to the current context, basically I do not keep looking at it most of the time. I just read overall what's there, what's not, and after I get a gist of what's there, I basically do some parallel work like reading a book, or maybe look at some YouTube videos while it works. I want it to basically give me a summary where I can basically read everything and look why it's taking so much amount of time. Okay, so it also stepped into WhatsApp, but it's only 1.3 GB, so it's not a priority. But mind it, I feel 1.3 GB for WhatsApp is a lot. Okay, the first concrete cleanup candidates are already available. In library, the biggest items are Brave software, Spotify client, Google, Playwright, and Mole's driver, and also flagging about 23 GB of user app cache plus a 30.76 GB of orphan PMPM store. Now you see, you just feel that then application is, how much was it showing? Let's see. So it was just showing, if you check the applications, it might just show very less GB on these, 312 MB. But as you saw, it was like 1.36 GB. And all this information is you doing your work at somewhere else and just giving up all the information. Yeah. So finally, as you can see, the scan is completed. Let's go and read what's there. User app caches 3.87 GB drive in. What happens if deleted? Apps rebuild cache. First launch may be slower. Okay. So the caching is a very important technique, as you have already learned in software engineering. What happens if deleted? deleted. Browser cache rebuild. Sites may load slower briefly. High impact. I would not delete by default. Okay, so it will give me a cleanup plan. I never knew all this information. It's the first time I'm interacting with AI, and I do have a little bit of idea. So this is where AI takes you from zero knowledge to at least some where you have the initial idea. Okay, okay. You need to be very, very cautious of what you write. I'm sorry. Clean up plan, please, or it might wipe out your entire system. How long has the recording been? It's way too longer than I expected. Coming back to the right. Oh, I didn't even use cursor from a very long time, and I can still see it is taking a lot of um space in my computer. So effective cleanup is really, really important. Now all comes down to choices as well. I have two browsers, one Chrome and another known as Brave. Brave is a ad blocking website, oh sorry, browser. But yet again, another application means another cache for it. So get the idea, right? Start with low risk cache cleanup. This should reclaim about 22 without touching primary app data. I could not verify which apps are currently open because process listing is blocked here. So I close Brave. So close Brave and test runners first. Save targets. What happens if deleted? Brave cache rebuild, sites may load slower. Okay, so as you can see, 20 GB is going for the browsers almost. I already have a lot of data now, and I'll ask it again. I use Whisperflow for this narration. Now you can just, oh, sorry. You can remove the cursor entirely because it doesn't make sense. I don't even use cursor anymore. Does it, why is it still here? So you can see I can get rid of, almost 4 GB. I'm happy now and I can ask it to delete cursor. Like this would have taken me a lot of time, around 2 hours, just to know what's there by researching over Google, reading everything, or going through a lot of YouTube videos. But here we are doing it all in just 20 minutes. It's asking me to remove a few things. RMRF cursor, library, application support cache, def cursor plist, crash reports as well. And I am very happy now. I don't let AI run the RMRF codes. I'll just copy this, go here and write this. It will take a little bit of time, but I hope this gets deleted. So up till here, things did get deleted, but this file could not be found. So I think this got a little bit separated by its initial command, enter dash. Let's press enter. RMRF is a command which allows you to remove stuffs. Meanwhile, let's also have a look at my wow. As you can see, I already cleared up 6 GB. And yeah, so you just saw with a few skills and a few more commands, how were we able to kind of remove a lot of things. Of course, now I'll deep dive, go through a lot of things and delete what's not required anymore so that we have more spaces left. But yeah, I just gave you the initial idea of how you can start and do things yourself with a few tokens. So finally, I did complete the entire cleanup, and here are the results, and you will be blown away by it. Going back to my settings screen to show you how much I saved. As you can see, I almost cleaned up 100 GB. So other things which came into picture were the orb stack, orphaned disks and images, Docker images, which were still there in my repository. It also cleaned up some existing cache files and a few cleaners by the virtual machines. And after doing all these things, it gave me a lot of um, storage back. And that's all. Thank you. Thank you for staying tuned.